What's up, guys? Alpine Gremlin again here with more World of Tanks gameplay. Today we're taking a look at a standard battle on Fisherman's Bay, and we're featuring my T-44, a Soviet Tier 8 medium tank. I am joined by my two platoon mates, Countershot and Crash and Burns. This was recorded during, this is a game from one of Crash and Burns. She does live streams, and so this was one of my better games that I had during the whole thing. So T-44, you guys remember my T-43 gameplay. What are the differences between the two? Well, to be honest, they play pretty similarly. You can equip a really good 100mm medium tank gun on it, the D10T, I believe, or no, the LB100. That's it. And so the T-44 is a really damn good, it's a pure flanking tank. It's a lot like the Type 59 in that it doesn't have terribly thick armor. It doesn't really have any armor at all, but it's really fast and maneuverable, and its gun does pack a punch for a medium tank. It's just, you have to get on people's flanks. It's a medium tank, and, again, you have to get on people's flanks for the gun to be effective. So what I'm doing here is I am going up to the center town area because, one, we want to stop the enemies from coming down this part into our base, and two, if there's nobody here or if we can win this flank, then we can support our allies in the town. So there's nobody here, so now I'm going to go ahead and support Crash and Burns and Countershot over there in the town. And I noticed that they really don't have a whole lot of muscle. They got a KV-2, a KV-1, and a WZ-131, and an IS joining them. So I'm gonna did a little bit of scouting. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of harassing. These guys shouldn't present too much of a problem. I'm just gonna finish off this KV-2 here in a second. So there's really nothing stopping us from pushing up. There's a KV-2 darts out of cover. I finish him off. The T-44, it's got a pretty good rate of fire. The gun's relatively accurate. And again, I have to reiterate that this tank is a flanking tank. When it comes to other mediums and lights, though, it is a pretty good brawler, as you can see right here. Set this WZ on fire and finish him off. This tank is pretty interesting. If you come in at a good angle, especially, the armor on the front is actually pretty good if you angle it. Just because the medium tank guns don't have as much penetration, and if you angle that armor, you'll notice it's really well sloped. So it'll definitely do its job against lower caliber guns with less penetration. Which comes in handy, and not only when it comes to heavies, this thing is a pure flanker. When it comes to taking out other mediums, it's actually a pretty good brawling vehicle. You'll notice that IS actually bounced off me, so you can deflect. If you get lucky, you can deflect high caliber tank guns like that. All right, so here's the situation. Town is ours. Countershot and the heavies supporting him are planning on heading to the enemy base to cap it. Unfortunately, none of their top tier heavies actually went to the town. If you notice on the map, and if you look on my screen, there are a T-34, the IS-6, and the Carnarvon. Three of their big tier 8s are kind of attacking our base right now. The T-34 and the Carnarvon have moved into the center area. So I'm going to go ahead and perform, the classic medium tank. I'm going to get up on this guy's flank here, this T-34. I'm going to track him. I'm going to just keep hitting him in the side and rear where he's weakest. So he starts turning my turret. He starts turning his turret, and I get ducked behind cover. And so this is doing, I might not be doing damage to him, but I'm buying my teammates time to get a shot. But I have to make a move because you can see the Carnarvon coming up behind me. I take a hit, and I'm willing to accept that I might take one more hit here. But luckily the T-34 does not shoot damaged ammo rack or something. I get around his gun, get onto his side, and finish him off. You could see Countershot came to my aid there. He is now engaging the Carnarvon. The Carnarvon's got some heavies to worry about, so now I'm going to come back, and I'm going to harass the ever-loving crap out of him. So this Carnarvon doesn't really know what to do now. He's totally surrounded. He's got Countershot to his front. He's got me just shooting him in the sides and rear here. And Countershot gets another hit into him, and I finish him off. I got 5 kills, and I'm really in the mood for a Top Gun this game, so I'm going to go ahead and take out these tier 6s over here. You know, they're 2 tiers below me. Easy kills, but hey, they can possibly prevent. One of them's an SU-100, and if he's packing that 100mm gun, he can still stop the guy in our cap, so let's focus on him. SU goes down, Cromwell tracks me, and Countershot and Crash and the other heavy down in the south. They're doing a pretty good job keeping our base safe. So I have a little bit of a time cushion here just to do what I gotta do. Took out the Cromwell, 6 kills. That's the Top Gun. So now there's 3 enemy tanks left. About to be 1. I'm looking for this Löwe. You can see him right there. Spotted him. It's actually interesting. The T-44 is a pretty damn good. T-44 is a pretty damn good scout. Passive, obviously. You know, it doesn't have the speed, and it's too big to be out there like a T-50-2 or a VK-2801, shit like that. But it is, you know, it can be a good passive scout. If you look at how low it is to the ground, it's obviously got a small target profile and has a relatively high camouflage rating. So here comes the Löwe coming around the corner, doing some medium tank shenanigans with him, having him dance around the rock for me. He makes a mistake here. He comes up to the top, right over this cliff, and this is my cue to track him while doing damage to him, and I'm just going to keep doing it. He can't move, so why not make him be helpless? So get a couple like 100 more points worth of damage on him just before we capture the base for the victory. And that is it. Hope you guys like this little gameplay snippet. It's you know, the T-44. I didn't think I would particularly. I don't know what I would think of it, but now that I've got some experience with it, I definitely am enjoying it, and if it sets the standard for the next 2 Russian mediums, the T-54 and the T-62A, I am really looking forward to both of those. And so I've almost got T-54 researched, so expect some gameplay of that in the future. And so yeah, T-44, all the Russian medium tanks for the most part, they're pure flankers. You gotta be up on people's flanks. You're always looking for another way around. You'd never want to get into a brawl with heavies in these things. They are good with brawling with medium tanks, though. Remember that. They have good angles, and if you keep them angled well, you can do very well for yourself in a one-on-one engagement. But remember, take care with tank destroyers, heavies. Just keep on their flanks. And also, I'm going to leave a link to Crash and Burns' live stream. She does streaming pretty much every night, and she's a pretty good player. She supports her team. And you know, and just all the people. We get a bunch of people in the team speak once in a while, and we joke around, we have some fun. So it's a good time. So come check it out if you got a second, and make sure to follow it. And I'll leave the link in the description. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for now. Take care, and I hope you enjoyed.